This is one of my favorite memories from last year. We're almost a year ago today to this moment.
I know. I remember that moment. And it was so funny.
What's up, basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of Hoop
There It Is.
Yes, and if you are listening, make sure to go find us on YouTube underneath Hoop There It Is, because this is one of my favorite games. Maybe not for you, Amy. Also, I'm Lindsay. That's Amy. If you're new to us, we're awesome. Yeah, we're gonna pump our own tires. But I like to play also, where in the world is Amy this week? And you where in the world are you? It's a different background.
Well, clearly I'm with this beautiful lighting. I'm in a studio. I was just kidding. I'm in a hotel room. I'm in a hotel room in Greenwich, Connecticut, I believe. Yes. I flew into New York, but yes. So I'm in studio tomorrow. So up in Stamford, Connecticut. That's where I am.
And last week you were in Miami. You are a jet-setting queen, and it will continue. I love this. I don't love it so much for you, but it's exciting, and I love hearing you on the call. And we will talk about a crazy game that happened in the WNBA. Obviously, there's huge news in the NBA. We have drafts, all this other stuff, but we will have Toronto Temple player Julie Allemand on the show. And I have loved the impact that she has had in the brief time that she was actually able so far to play with the Toronto Tempo. Of course, her season was a little bit delayed to get going. But Amy, what have you made of her impact rather on the Tempo?
Well, I think she's like a perfect acquisition, especially when you're in expansion and everything's new. Everybody's new, literally. And you bring in one of the best assist to turnover point guards in the association. Last year, she led the league, right? And so that means to me, like, you're bringing in someone that's going to have a very high element of poise, who's going to have some experience in this league. I mean, I love her international experience with the Belgium Cats. She's fantastic. And it's unfortunate she was a little banged up early. I think she's played 12 games now. I mean, the injury bug for the Tempo has been really tough. But yeah, I mean, listen, to me, like, it's everything you want. Like, you just want her to just come in and just facilitate, not mess up, not make mistakes. To me, decision making is the most important thing in a point guard. And I think she's an excellent decision maker. She competes on defense. Like, she's a fighter. So I love that she was identified as someone that they really wanted to begin to build with here.
Oh, I'm so happy she's on the team. I'm glad that she's feeling better and taking on her former team, the Los Angeles Sparks, this week. I am hoping tempers flare, but they don't flare like a game that you were covering. Indiana versus Phoenix. Caitlin Clark getting her 5th tech of the season so far. She was not happy about it. Before I get your kind of take on calling this game, being a part of this game, seeing what happened, here is what Caitlin had to say about her 5th tech so far this season.
Pick up the tech tonight, 5th of the season.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I got a technical for clapping. So, if we should all just go on the calendar now and pick a game that I'm going to be suspended for if I'm going to get technicals for clapping. I asked Gerda. Gerda said that I got a technical for clapping. So if any technical should be taken away, it should be that one. If it's truly for clapping, that's what they said they gave it to me was for clapping. So it's just ridiculous. I don't understand it at all.
So even within that, though, how aware do you have to be of the 8 technical fouls?
I mean, I'm going to play with emotion. I'm going to play with passion. And if they're going to give me a technical foul for clapping, then so be it. That's their choice. And the league can come back and review that play. And I'd love to hear what they say of the reasoning of why I got the technical foul in that situation and why other players on their team didn't get a technical foul in that situation. If anything, split it. Okay, fine. Everybody gets a technical foul. That wasn't how they were handed out. So I'd love to know.
Caitlin Clark wanting it to be like Oprah. You get a tech and you get a tech and you get a tech. What was it
felt like that.
Yeah,
kind of felt like that anyways.
Ame, take me into that game and what happened. It was crazy.
You know what? I always say, I love my job. I love every game. It's such a blessing. That was not my favorite game to call. It was, I just was talking with one of my producers for my upcoming show, and I said, it was a tough game to play. It was a tough game to coach. It was a tough game to officiate. It was a tough game to call. And it was probably a very tough game to watch. It was a 44-minute fourth quarter. It was crazy because the other thing too is to me, either team were playing well consistently together, right? So he came out and Phoenix just took off and Indiana did not come out ready to go. And then the second quarter was all Indiana. So the compete was just not even. And then all of a sudden, DeWanna Bonner, who played for Indiana last season. Like, let's not forget that there's some history there. Got wrapped up with Caitlin Clark, and then the crowd started going, and then it was just uncontrollable at that point. It was unfortunate because it was a little bit, to me, like less about basketball. This Phoenix team is so frustrated. I mean, these are future Hall of Famers. These are vets. They're so frustrated. But let's not forget, these two teams match up again in 48 hours from that first game. So, I mean, I think there was a little bit of that also going on, like in the back of your mind, like, we're going to see you again. So it wasn't just like a one and done kind of thing. So it was a kind of a blur in some ways, because you're just like, man, can we just like play basketball and call the game? Listen, I would say this. I felt bad for the officials. Like, I understand why they were blowing the whistle the way they were at the end, because they didn't want it to get out of control, because these two teams are playing against each other again. It was a tough situation for everybody.
Yeah, I really felt for you. And it was one of those things where I was going to message you after being like, that was the longest fourth quarter I think I've ever experienced in my life watching WNBA for 3 decades. I'm like, will this ever end? Like,
Yeah, it felt like that. It certainly did.
Well, let's celebrate some positive moments around the W. Of course, we love when players get recognized for their contribution on the court. And we have our Eastern and Western players of the week, including Jessica Shepard, who you gave your flowers to last week. But Sonia Citron getting a big shout out, winning. Let me see, what division is that? West, East, Eastern. I was like, I don't know where I'm either. Let's go. So for people only becoming familiar with her game right now, what have you seen this season?
Well, first of all, in the last 3 games, I wrote her numbers down. She's won this award, this accolade, because she's averaged 21, 7, and 5 assists plus 2 steals in the last 3 games. Washington has won 3 in a row. Yeah, do the finger, yeah. 3 in a row.
Sprinkling magic, I didn't understand.
Against Connecticut, but then they also beat the New York Liberty and the Minnesota Lynx. I said, if you remember, the Washington Mystics were up in Toronto for game 1 of the season opener. And you look at that roster and you're like, I don't know if they're going to win every game, but they're going to win in some games. They're better. I mean, they're still so young, but they're coming back. They're tough. They're mean. They're big. Like, I'm saying these all in complimentary ways. So when you're like, they're going to win some games. Yeah, they went and got Minnesota. Yeah, they went and got New York. So if you're a Washington fan, and right now, I mean, as of today, at this second when we're recording this, they're ranked 8th. They are in playoff. They have a playoff spot right now. And she's been, I mean, one of the best players for them. So deserving of the accolade. She's only in her 2nd year. She's just like, she's so young herself. So, I mean, look out for Washington.
You talk about only being in her 2nd year. I would love right now, we'll do this all season long, talk about the draft picks of this year's class and how they're doing. So let's start off. We're going to go 1 and 2 today, because both of them just absolutely making an immediate impact for their team, which is something you love to see and not something you see all the time. So let's go to Dallas, Amy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were just talking about this yesterday. It's so funny. To me, it was like the fit, and they both got placed in the right fit for them too, on top of being obviously the clear choices for pick 1 and 2. But AZ, I mean, she to me is like settled right in. She is a great defender. I love watching her defend, and we don't talk enough about her as a defensive player probably. But I think she's in a perfect place for her, right? Like, she's not necessarily like the most boisterous person in the room. She's very quiet. At least maybe behind the scenes, she's a bit more, but she doesn't have to be. Like, look at the stars she's playing beside. She doesn't have to be the biggest and loudest personality in the locker room. And I'm not saying that she's not, but at least doesn't present that way. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I think it is a perfect fit for her. Like, I think she's in the perfect spot for her. Her mid-range, like, she's just, as this season's unfolding, I know in the first month, and rightfully so, it was all about Olivia Miles, and everyone was kind of like, oh my gosh. And I get it. We are all right for acting like that and saying that. But now I'm hearing a lot of conversations starting to flip, kind of not against each other, but going like, oh, AZ is really good. And it's like, yeah, she's pretty good. So a lot of people are jumping on that AZ bandwagon.
Yeah, and then many jumping on the bandwagon that's in Minnesota, including Kevin Garnett, the Hall of Famer, saying that Olivia Miles is one of the best rookies in all of basketball.
Yeah, because she is. My gosh. I mean, she's obviously like, she has the things that we can see, right? Like, she's a nice, like, big, strong body. She's got all those like tangibles, but then she's got the intangibles too. She obviously has just a natural knack for the game, but then we're also seeing her start to get really like some of her reactions, right? Like she's flexing on vets in this league, like and one, she's letting them know. And so to me, it's like then, and again, she's 2 months into her WNBA career. So she kind of has quite the personality to her as well.
I'm here for that personality. We love personality in sports, especially when, it's a little cray-cray, but not in the way that it's offensive. So I am officially a stan of Olivia Miles, but somebody that we've both been following for many years is BG, Brittany Griner, who our last guest, and Aaliyah Edwards, was talking about her teammate and how great she is to be around and such a vet. But BG now is the all-time blocks leader in the WNBA, and that is no easy feat. Like, this was a record that was held for a long time, Amy.
Yeah, and you know what? I know like so many people are going to say, well, she's 6'7" or 6'8". Of course she should block. I mean, to be the best in the league to ever do it means a lot. It means something. And when you were one of the top, we were just thinking about this yesterday with DeWanna Bonner, who is in her 17th season and is top 3 in minutes and she's at points, she's getting up there because she's played 17 years and that should be celebrated. Well, Brittany Griner is in her 13th season. That is a long time to play, especially for a big player like her. And so that deserves on its own, like that's part of the reason, right? She's played so many games. So she deserves it. I mean, I think that she's been a very impactful and important player for her teams in this league for a reason.
I love this. So yeah, the record stood since 2008. So Griner, to break the record, got her 878th career block. And just phenomenal. I've never been able to block anything except for the haters online. But congratulations to BG. I think Angel Reese also got her 1,000 rebound. There was also a stat in there, but it's like that happened so many days before we actually recorded this. I'm pumped for the WNBA. I'm excited to see the All-Star votes continuing to come in. But here is the conversation we had with Toronto Tempo's player, Julie Allemand. The first question for you is actually from Izzy. She said, can you tell me your full name?
So my full name is Julie Isabelle Christiane Allemand.
Okay, so I'm assuming she wanted me to ask this because the second name. And does she want us to now call you Isabel or Izzy the second?
Yeah.
Izzy 2.0, is that what we're going to go with?
Yeah, Isabel. And so that's why we call each other twin.
Okay, again, it's just like with the spark.
That's why she asked about that.
She was really excited for me to ask you about that. But yeah, I know your nickname when you were with Sparks. I don't know if it's still that. A lot of people called you Juju or Julie Squared.
Yeah.
Like, what are we going with now?
I think it's Juju. Like, it depends on people. Julie, like, okay. I'm hearing everything.
Okay, I'm calling you MVP right now because all you do is win, win, win. And so you have like an MVP moment. You're back-to-back Euro champion. Come right into the Tempo season. Have you truthfully even had like half a second off to think about what has happened in the last 4 months?
No, not really. Actually, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And, especially when you play overseas in Europe and you have a different role and then you come here and it's like so different. But I'm glad like I could have like a week at home before coming here. So like to just like realize what I did in Europe, because that was big, like being champion, especially in EuroLeague. Like that was my biggest dream and biggest goal. So I finally made it. So, it was like a big accomplishment for me. But yeah, and then you never stop, that's the problem when you come from Europe. You want to play overseas, you want to play in Europe, but also you want to come here because it's the biggest league, So it's hard, like mentally, it's really tough because also you're always far from the family. Even when I play in Europe, I'm not with them, so it's really tough, but I guess it's been years that I'm doing it. I just need to pay attention to myself too, and I need to hear my body too. Like sometimes I'm really, really exhausted and tired. So I need to listen to my body too, to know what I have to do,
Which is, I love hearing this. I know this is something you've spoken about for years, prioritizing your body, but also mental health. And I know a lot of players have spoken to you about it. But when you celebrate that goal, like that is such a huge moment to be like a Euro champ, EuroLeague champ. That is not an easy feat. What do you remember about the emotions of finally reaching that goal?
I was exhausted on the court. Like I remember we were all even like not celebrating because we were just tired, we were looking at each other and like, we made it, like we finally made it. But the the thing that was amazing for me is that I also got the MVP of the Final Six. And like, it meant a lot to me because I was really waiting for that moment, because the season before with Fener, we couldn't go to the final. And it was like a big disappointment for me. So I was in the stand with my parents and we were watching the final, and I was crying because I was like, oh, I want to be there, and my mom said like, wait for your time. And it was just amazing that a year after, the season after, I could make it, being the MVP. And also my mom my parents were there. And so like, she hugged me and she was like, you see, like you were waiting for that moment and now it's your time. Like, it's even better, the way it happened. So that was just crazy moment. But that's why we play basketball, it's for those emotions at the end, like when you finally accomplish something and you've been working hard for that.
Yeah, MVP. That's exactly why I was calling you, because I knew you won. That is such a huge moment. Like I mentioned, you come right into the tempo where you were the first player in franchise history. Where were you when you actually found out about that? Were you in the middle of...
I was with Fenerbahce, so I remember we were playing away, because I remember the coach, Sandy, called me and I was in a hotel, but I don't remember. But yeah, I was playing. Like I was focused, like it was the end of the season. So it was probably semifinals or finals, So I was really focused, but at the same time I was like, oh, okay, because I really didn't know where I would go in W this season. Like I didn't know if I would go back to LA, if another team's going to pick me. Like I really had no idea. And so, yeah, Sandy called me and she was like, well, you're the first pick. And I was like, oh, amazing. And especially like coming here, like, it's the first time for Canada, like it's something big. And also I was really thinking, oh, they also speak French. So I was like, why not? It's cool for me.
I know, except for I apologize because I don't speak French.
No, but that's okay.
There's
like
so
just
many
knowing.
that do though. Well, yeah, you're going to Montreal where you'll be able to speak to many fans in French, but also the media. And that's another historic moment where it's like sold out WNBA games. Just, I know this is such a cliche question, and I know the fans, especially in Belgium, when I know you want, and just seeing them taking over the streets to celebrate you and your teammates. What's it been like to see the fan base in Toronto really accept you guys, trying to learn the game? Because there are a lot of new fans, but really also just embracing you all.
Yeah, it's been amazing because that they are supporting us. Like, I don't know, I think they are not expecting that much. So, I remember the first game, it was against DC, and we lost, and we really wanted to win that game, but like we lost. So we felt bad, but they were so happy and they were still like cheering for us. Like I remember that moment because we lost and everybody was like, wow, the noise was still like so loud. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, they're still happy. And I think that's nice, because they got our back. Like, and it's so important, I think, especially for a first season, because like it's new for them, but it's also new for us. So it's new for everyone. So I feel like just being able to build something all together, it's really something nice.
Not new for me. I've been familiar with your game for a long time, not only the domination you've had in Europe, but I remember your rookie season 6 years ago where you're part of the WNBA all-rookie team.
Yeah.
When you look even at this year's rookies that you're with, how do you think the game has changed in the last 6 years since you were a rookie?
I feel like it's been a long time, but I think it's way more physical now. Like I can tell, like, and I think the pace is different too. Like, I mean, it's always been like this, but I feel like, yeah, the game is getting better and better, and I think it's nice to also have people from Europe coming here. I think it changed a little bit, but like, you're expecting less from players from Europe, and then they can show up. And like, the game is so different, but I like it.
You talk about Euro players. I understand when you guys are on the road, you do have a bit of a fun Euro trip, Euro group that are hanging out on the road. I think Maria Conde and a couple of you. Can you tell me what you guys get up to on the road when you're not playing?
I mean, it depends, but they love to go for a coffee. But I don't drink coffee.
But matcha.
Yeah,
so, okay,
this thing,
it looks
like,
gross.
yeah, it's not for me. But every time I'm like, okay, but then we can go for an ice cream for me. Otherwise, yeah, for food, we like to go for food, to go outside or to go for a walk. We love walking actually. So it's been nice. And it helps because, when you're on a road trip, like you don't want to stay in the hotel the whole time. And I think we love to get tan. So when it's sunny, we always like, okay, it's sunny, let's go outside. And we find a spot or a pool or whatever.
I love that. And then when it's sunny outside, do you want to bring up one of your first photos in Toronto?
Oh my God, no. This photo, I mean, I'm sorry, but when I got here, it was raining. And people told me about that, but I really wasn't expecting it to be that bad. But everybody was like, no worries, like it's going to get better and better, especially like you here the summertime, like you're not here during the winter. So they were like, it's going to be okay. And now it's cool. So, it was only I would say the 2 first weeks. But then now I'm happy, like the weather is nice and I'm coming from Belgium, so, I'm used to that too. It's not like, oh, wow, like, yeah. So I'm used to that, but still, and especially like I have a beautiful view from my apartment. I can see the lake. We have a pool at the rooftop. So like, I'm enjoying my life.
Yeah, we're enjoying that you're enjoying your life here and enjoying time here. There's some other things I want to bring up. This is one of my favorite memories from last year. We're almost a year ago today to this moment.
I know. I remember that moment. And it was so funny, especially like if you can see like she was like, okay, whatever. And then she was looking back at me like, are you coming back? That was like, we had so much fun on that moment. Like it was really funny. And then I remember she posted something because we didn't want to go back to US because we wanted to celebrate because we won the gold. And then she was like, oh, that's us, like when we have to go back to US, but we don't really want to, But no, that was a funny moment. She was really trying to help me. And I was just like, Julie, you're not helping me like this. So yeah.
I love that. I've sent that to so many friends. It's like, oh, when you're trying to get me to go to work early or get out of the office, like, thank you for that moment. I'm glad that you guys were able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then just a couple things from your own social media. So,
oh yeah,
can you take me into how this ended up that you're practicing with some of the Spurs greats?
Yeah, so actually, I think it was it the first season that I got there? I think it was the first season I got to Asvel. So Asvel is in France, and Tony Parker was the president. He's still the president at the moment. And so he invited us to come to his house, and at the same time we could practice with him, with like Tim Duncan. Manu Ginóbili. I remember we had like some 3-on-3, 2-on-2, and I was like, I was so shy because I had to practice with Tony, and he's also a point guard, and like for me it was like a great example, and just to practice and him being on defense on me, I was like, damn, like what am I doing now, And also to be able to be in his house, like he was really a great president, and he really invited us, and like I think we went there a second time, but like just to be able to be there, and to see like the facilities and everything, like, and we could practice, we could use like ice bed, like everything, like, so it was an amazing moment. Yeah.
This is from your own social media. Well, this is one of the first photos you posted with Diana Taurasi.
Yeah. Biggest fan. Yeah. Biggest fan. And so I think it was the first time I could play against her. So, when you like, I don't know, I was maybe 19 years old, 20 years old, and I was playing, I think, my first season in EuroLeague, and I got the chance to play against Yikat. So she was in Yikat at that moment. And yeah, I was just like, it's like, oh, am I dreaming right now? Like, this is when you can play against like your idol. It's a big moment, because you're like, well, like I'm really competing against her. And like we're the same position, like 1-2, 2-1. So like, I remember I had to guard her, and I was like, oh my God, like that's amazing. It's like those moments are just moments that you will never forget because it means so much. Like people don't realize that, but for us, it means so much because you worked and you never think that you can get to that point, but then you there, like in front of me, it's Diana Taurasi, and I have to defend on her, and it's just like, yeah, like some big accomplishment, but like in life, that's why we live. Like we want those moments, and again, like I was talking about emotions, that's also emotions. Like you're so happy and like, you're like, okay, just live the moment, like just enjoy. And then you can think about it after again,
Did you try to trash talk her at all at
19?
No,
I'm not. First of all,
I know you don't.
I'm not a trash talker.
I know you're not.
But I know she is. And I know she's been trying to intimidate me, especially, I think it was in the bubble, my first season in W as a rookie. And I played defense against her, and she was trying to do, I don't remember what, but I remember I was like, oh my God, Diana is trying because it's my first season and I'm a rookie. And the ref, they don't call anything for the rookies. So yeah, it was like funny. I remember that moment.
You said something a moment ago when you're talking about the hanging out with Tony Parker and, guarding, that you're a bit shy. Do you think in life, are you a bit shy, more reserved? Because I don't see you so much busting a move like Izzy does in that tempo when you guys do in the intro.
No, I'm really shy. I'm a really shy person, but actually I'm getting better and better because I think if you were doing this like maybe 6 years ago, I wouldn't even talk. Like I would just be like, yes, no, oh, maybe, yeah. No, I really, yeah, First of all, I wasn't feeling comfortable before when I was talking in English. Like it was really hard for me. Now it's getting better because you have to, you know. But yeah, I'm really a shy person, and I hate dancing. So I'm always telling them like, don't put me in that middle circle. But for sure, one day I will be in. And I'm still thinking about what I should do, but I actually don't know. But yeah, no, I'm really a shy person. But it's nice because we have a nice group. We really have a nice group, and like everybody can be themselves, you know? Like I can be myself in this group, and like even if I'm shy, like they're okay with that. They still make me feel comfortable.
I love that. I love that you're shy, you're feeling comfortable, but I also think you're a little crazy. I want to take it to a moment that happened in Belgium. You were skydiving before you left like years ago.
Yeah.
Is that a one-time thing? Have you done that multiple times? What?
One time. And actually, this is funny because now I'm scared about doing it. Like when people tell me like, oh, do you want to do it again? I'm like, no, I'm scared. But I did it. Yeah. So this is weird. And before doing it the first time, I was like, no, I really want to do it. So yeah, but actually it was the first summer. I mean, it was my last summer at home before going overseas for the first time, because before I was playing in Belgium and I was telling my mom, I want to do it before leaving Belgium. So I just did it and it was amazing. But this sensation, like it was the best feeling ever. Like I cannot describe, like it's just amazing. Amazing.
I want to vomit thinking about it. So.
No. I swear, this is like what you feel in your body is something that I've never felt somewhere else. Like, yeah.
I love that. Last question for this. I appreciate you and your time today. We did become best friends because I'll tell you, I'm incredibly shy. People don't know that. I went into the wrong industry and I've been doing it for 20 years. So when I meet somebody else, they're like, oh, we're introverts. This is terrifying in this together. Yeah. But we're going to celebrate your birthday together now that we're best friends on July 7th. What are we doing? How do you want to celebrate your birthday? What did you ask for? What am I buying you?
So actually, my parents will be there. I mean, we'll be here. They're coming on the July 6th. So they did it on purpose. Like they booked the flight on purpose to be here with me. So I'm going to be with them. I know we're having practice, but as soon as the practice is over, like I'm going to leave and I'm going to be with my parents and probably we'll go to the restaurant or whatever. But I think we have a game July 8th. So if we can get the win, that's an amazing gift for me.
Great. I can't wait to hang out with you and your parents. Thanks.
Yeah, you can come with us anywhere.
Amy, you are my pop culture queen. You keep me in the know. I had no idea about so many songs, including any Disney sing-along that there's ever been in life. So a couple things. I want to talk about the tweet you posted about the flickering light in your hotel room. I wasn't even there, but the visual you gave me made me have a nightmare. So thank you for this.
Oh, sorry. No, yeah. I mean, I was just sitting around, like it was really late at night. I don't know what the world was talking about, but I was laying there and like, right now, so I'm rewatching Stranger Things. I was a very late comer to Stranger Things. I didn't like I watched the first couple episodes years ago and I hated it. I was like, this is not for me. But then when the fifth season came out earlier this year and everyone was going crazy. And, you know, I think when you are on a team playing all the time, like it's nice to pick a show and kind of binge it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give Stranger Things a try. And I like became very quickly obsessed. So when I'm having more time to hang out, a little more time to hang out at home over the summer, I've gotten my mom into it. So we are again we're binging Stranger Things when I'm home, which she's on a really big break right now. But yeah, no, like if you watch Stranger Things, you know who Vecna is, and it is freaky. But the lights flicker. So I was like laying there, and it was really late, and the lights were flickering. And I was like, oh God.
Is he in the room? So I read that and I looked at the Google image, like, well, this is going to give me nightmares because, like, who is this? But I don't watch Stranger Things. I remember I had the chance to interview the Canadian actor and musician Wolf, who is in this the series. And when the Kate Bush song "Running Up That Hill" came back,
jam.
Yeah, so there is a moment that involves that crazy creep that was not in your hotel room that I just read what happened in that scene, and I think the last season, and I was like, First of all, great writing. I never want to see anything ever again about that show, but it is amazing. But Amy, some pop culture trivia for you and everybody. And thank you again for joining us. Olivia Rodrigo made a bizarre claim about her concerts. What can she smell from the stage? Is it A, specific perfumes in the crowd, or 2, diapers worn by fans?
Oh my gosh, that's like opposite ends. Like I don't know. I can't. That's gross.
So let me tell you, the answer is.
I'm gonna say the diapers because like why would that's
Why?
like that would be a
Why?
strange thing.
It is it. And the thing is, Amy, this is a thing that happens in the world. Not only will we give you facts about the WNBA and NBA, we need to talk about things happening in the world. And I will shame people who, if you do not need into life wear a diaper, there are people that are in situations that they wear it. You do you. But if you're going to a concert or waiting in line to get like a freaking ticket or something, I think this is insane. I actually know someone, Amy, that has done this in their life too. Am I friends with them? No, but they were associated because it was my ex-fiance's friend. So that's what I'll say about it. Waited in line to see Led Zeppelin and then wore a diaper so that they would get in the first couple of rows. But can you imagine, everybody visualize yourself doing this, being at a concert, waiting in line for like 20 hours, you go there and you're going 1 or 2 in a diaper and then having to stand there, watch the show. How can you actually enjoy this?
No, and anyone around you either. No, I've never even heard of that. I used to work in a casino, and I know that that's a thing in casinos because people don't want to like get up and leave their slot machines.
Wait,
or if they feel like they're oh yeah, that's like a normal thing in casinos. They don't want to leave their slot machine because gambling's an addiction, or if like they put a diaper on in case like they're at like a poker table or something and it's going well, or like a blackjack. I don't know. And it's it's sad. It's not healthy. Not healthy. That's all they got.
I'm so shook right now. It's like when you told me, what was the trend that was happening? I don't know, Smurfism or something. I can't remember.
Oh, the giants.
Oh, yeah. I'm not getting into that again.
Yeah.
But another pop culture moment for this week. Tyra Banks sued Netflix over a documentary about which reality show. Okay, yes, Facepalm.
Top Model.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a Top Model. That was when I was in college. So like that was like Top Model was it. So actually rewatching that series was freaking awesome. I think I did it one day, like boom, boom, boom. That was crazy.
The tea was spread, but I'm not surprised by what they said. But the fact that she is suing them, to me,
how
is
can
just,
she? Well, how can she? Because they're just playing what she said. I guess maybe you could make the argument that they edited it to a certain way, but I don't.
Which is what she and her company did to those people.
I know. Yeah, I don't. I would say this. I don't think the Netflix doc put a positive light on her. They kind of like didn't, to me, make her look particularly well. But I do think some of the ways that she answered, and I think like the other thing too is like Miss J and Mr. J come on there, and like those are her people, or they were, and so I don't know. At some point, you're like, wow, kind of like I don't know. It didn't make her look good. That's what I'll say.
No, but it was binge worthy, that's for sure. And finally, pop culture quiz: what happened in the last week? The New York Knicks won the championship. Which of these celebrities was not in attendance at Game 5? David Duchovny or Taylor Swift?
Oh, Duchovny. I know Taylor Swift was.
Amy, you're almost 3 for 3. She was not at Game 5.
Oh, which game was she at? 4?
Yeah, it's probably. And then have you heard the rumors of her getting married in Madison Square Garden? Because I had to fact check this to make sure I was giving you factual information. And they're like, oh yeah, she's getting married there. And it's like, man, there is just way too much random stuff about people that I don't know if it's true. So anyways, that is by fact of the day. You're welcome for this, Amy.
That's good. Thank you. I feel like, one day when I go on a reality show and that comes up, I'll know it and I will remember this moment.
You'll remember that and the fact that we both just learned about people wearing diapers to casinos and to concerts. The world is a unique place. Let's keep it weird, people. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Hoop. There it is. Make sure to like
did
and
that one fast.
subscribe. You did that one fast. Anyways, we'll see where Amy is next week.
Thanks for watching Hoop There It Is. Make sure you like and subscribe. New content every week. Every week.